Good morning, everybody, and happy Tuesday. Is it Tuesday? Wait, hold on. Yes, it's Tuesday. Good morning, everybody. If you're here with me in the Discord or in the YouTube chat, let's see who's here. Say what's up. Good morning to you all. Good morning to Calvin, Cyrus, Internet Life, Black Lung, Druss. Good morning, Vibe Trade, Vadim, Sunny Dude, Dusk, Ethan, Fat Citizen, RC, Dylan, Fran, Double G, Spastric, Big Sexy, SW, Cicino, Raymond, Andrew, Flower. Hey, good to see you there, Flower. Twin Trading, Scott Trey's Little Stag, Session Flow. Good morning, Billy Joe, Mike, Space Darshan, Don, Trader Page, Fat Guy Out West, Randy Miller. Good morning, Gringo El Diablo, Mr. Moon, Salty J, Tick Nick, Paul, Edward, Gary, McNasty, Mike, Mark, Skunked Ape, Jonas, Rafal, Nomad. Good morning, Picky Anya, Greg, Sacred, Narayana, Mr. Deck, 29 Stumps, Blasted Props, Tony, Doug, Power User, Z, Jims, S, Jill, Rocket TJ, Retro Casual. Good morning. Good morning. Trader Page says, I now know what your poker face is. You're so cool. So much love in the chat. Thank you, Trader Page. Thank you for everybody for tuning in. If you tuned in yesterday to the poker stream, the producer came up to me before, I got up to use the restroom or something. He came up to me. He's like, got a lot of Rips Traders in chat. I guess you folks are talking. I still haven't gotten to watch the stream myself. I literally came home, went to bed, and woke up, and now I'm here after doing the morning memo. So I appreciate everybody who tuned in, participated in chat. That was a lot of fun. It was really a lot of fun. Besides going card dead after the break, it was a lot of fun. It was really, really great. I had a really great time. We get to do it all over again. So my schedule today is we're going to do the stream here. Then we're going to do the Top Step TV stream. Then I'm going to take a nap. Then I'm going to drive back down to the Win, and then we're going to do it all over again. Commentary was really hyping you, assuming all spectators were Rips fans. That's awesome. That's super dope. That was a killer bluff. You put him on tilt. I'm assuming that was, what was it? The 8-9 bluff. That was good. Commentator was digging your kicks. That's awesome. That was great. We were wearing our lucky Grateful Dead green bears. I don't know what I'm going to wear today. I think I might wear the Red Octobers today. We'll see. I don't know. Haven't decided yet. I need some sleep real bad. It was all of MC. That's awesome. How'd you fold those pocket sevens pre-flop? Amazing since you're up against kings. There's a lot of crazy hands. I had decent reads on most of the people. The only thing was when we were playing the Squid game after the break. So we basically turned the game into, after the break, we turned the game into 200, 400 because it was like basically forced. We're doing a forced straddle. So it's 200, 400, and then the Squid game was $1,000 a button. So the game got really, really expensive, and I almost put like another $200,000 or $300,000 on the table, but I was getting really, really tired and exhausted. And yeah, I'm glad that I didn't, but it all turned out. It was still a decent session, not like a crazy session by any means, but it was still a decent session. TBM was in chat. Yeah, TBM's a cool guy. We were going to meet up in Vegas, but we both were kind of too busy to meet up. So hopefully he'll be coming out to Vegas again sometime soon. We'll be able to hang out again and or hang out for the first time, I should say. And it would be a lot of fun. He's a really great guy. We've been, shooting the stuff back and forth, and the DMs was a lot of fun. Puts a new perspective when you go into a hand with more money than people make on a day of trading. 1,600 just to see a flop sometimes. Yeah, exactly. How about open shoving with oh my gosh, when I had ace king against Peter's kings, shoving pre-flop, I didn't expect him to wake up with kings. I was trying to take it down the squid button right then and there, but I almost threw up one finger to run the board once. That would have been basically a $350,000 pot we would have scooped. That would have been great. Yeah, Berkey's insane. Berkey's a great player. He was doing really, really well. He was the big winner of the night. Schwan got she got some great cards there at the end, and she had some great hands against Peter. Marcus played really, really well. It was a good game. It was a fun game. Morning, Coach Hoop. How you doing there, buddy? Very, very nice. Yeah, Juan was definitely on tilt. Were you nervous to be on WPT Live? No, not at all. I mean, just being a streamer and showing up and streaming every single morning here, sometimes we have 3,000 viewers in here. So I'm used to having a lot of people watching me under high pressure situations, because sometimes, we're in trades and, we're in a high pressure situation. Obviously the money's different between the poker and trading, but I'm used to being under high pressure situations. So to think I was nervous, I don't think so. I just didn't want to let anybody down. That's kind of the best way that I can look at it. I didn't want to let anybody down. Like I wanted to make sure that I put on a good performance, I guess you could say, for people. I wanted to make sure that everybody was felt like it was. Hold on one second here. That everybody felt like it was that it was a good show. That was my whole entire focus here, So hopefully that was achieved. That was what I was going for. So yeah, it was a lot of fun though. It was a lot of fun. It was exhausting. It was a decent session. I mean, we usually play for about 10 hours when we are playing. So I'm used to having long sessions. It wasn't like it was an unusually long session or anything like that. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. Really, really great. It was made me really, really happy to be able to share that with everybody. So, will Peter be there again tonight to give away more money and stuff? Peter's a very nice man, extremely, extremely nice person. And no, Peter and Brittany are not playing in tonight's game. They both are. They're not interested in playing in our game. So we have some new VIPs that are going to be playing tonight. 75% or more of the WPT chat was first followers. That's awesome. Yeah, I think Dakota had a watch party in the MC. It was a really cool thing. Like I said, the support of the community was really, really great. The producer mentioned that many, many times. And I think they even changed the title of the stream to include that it was like, because Peter and Brittany are very well known in the poker world, at least in the poker streaming world. And I guess they updated the title that said Peter, Brittany, and Ribs, which is pretty interesting. Morning, Ribs. Great job. Good job last night. Very entertaining. Thank you, Gary. I think it was great. Good action, big hands, good table talk. You did great. Excellent reads on table. Thank you. All right, what do we think about today's prices? Let's talk about the NASDAQ here. So we have kind of this pull down into Monday's low, which is kind of what we're looking at on Friday. And that was kind of the launching pad. The fact that we didn't break down below this liquidity is very interesting. And what's also interesting, when I was writing the morning memo this morning, NVIDIA is kind of giving us the same type of pattern here where it may have bottomed out. Yes, we have more room to the downside. And if we probed that downside room, looking for that prior month low, if we came down to that, that was basically November's low. If we came down to that, we could see the NQ rolling here. And then comparatively with the S&Ps here, same type of deal. We have room down to, I would say, if we really wanted to break below like 6,020, we could be probing that. But the market has found a lot of strength at the lower end of this volume shelf here. And this is kind of going for all of these. Like it's found the strength there. And I feel like this is weaker liquidity. So if we did break below that, we would probe back down into this kind of liquidity shelf here. So if NVIDIA continues to roll, it would probably cause the rest of the equities to roll. There'd be a lot of pressure in that, but that's a big if. We're seeing a lot of strength out of names like Apple. You can see this Apple all-time highs, or going for higher highs and just continually just ripping. Microsoft, one of the names too, continually making higher highs. Meta is out of that gully of despair, kind of coming back up there, looking for that 630 level to break. So we have a lot of names that are booling up to the top side here that I think will be kind of making the case that we have temporarily bottomed out here. And again, we're looking at these same kind of volume shelves where it's like came down the lower end of this volume shelf. This is no man's land. There's very weak liquidity there. We can repair a lot of the structure that we've missed on that move up. So if we do break down below that, I think it would just be a repair of structure before we continue higher. So Coach Jay, good morning. How you doing, buddy? Did you folks notice the similarities, for you folks that are not huge fans of poker? If you tuned in yesterday, did you notice the similarities between poker and trading, where there is bankroll management? You're making decisions under pressure. there's a lot of different characteristics that you're having in poker that you have with trading. And it's a great crossover. It's a fantastic crossover. Google News overnight. Let's see. I have yet to catch up on the headlines because I had to get a couple extra minutes of sleep here. Let's see. Overnight news in Google. EU said to have probed Google and Meta back in October concerning secret ads deal targeting teens. Is that what we're talking about? Or are we talking about the state-of-the-art quantum computing chip with a breakthrough that can reduce errors exponentially as we scale up using more qubits? That one. Yeah, okay. Yeah, there was like, I don't know if it was Google, but there was another company talking about quantum computing that, I mean, the title of the article was something along the lines of Bitcoin's dead now. Because I think it was like 10 trillion to the trillionth power number of years it would take for current computers to solve an operation that these new quantum computers could solve, I think, in 5 minutes. So that's definitely concerning for, I mean, whatever is SE256 hash, whatever you want to call it, that whole thing. But yeah, let's see what's going on with Google here. Google is flying, as SW said. We are kind of at that double topping area. So it'd be interesting to see if we have follow through to the top side today. Especially with NVIDIA kind of crawling out of the valley of despair, Apple pushing up, Tesla pushing up, Meta pushing up. So I would say that it's pretty safe to look for longs today. We don't have a lot of news that's going to be pushing the market back down today. In fact, the news is pretty soft. We only have the one thing that I'm paying attention to today is going to be that 3-year note auction from the Treasury that's out at 1 p.m. Everything else is kind of a non-event. It's a non-news event. It's, I mean, Redbook retail sales are going to be out near the top of the hour here. And then we get, if you're a grains trader, we get the WASD report out today at noon. But outside of that, a 3-year note auction at 1 p.m. is pretty much the only thing that's going to be moving the market today. How do you enable the blue volume in your chart? Well, I eat a lot of blue candy and that makes it show up on my charts. But on my charts over here, if you want to have VRVP, this is what you use right here. So there you go. Right there. There you go. VRVP. You can copy my settings just by pausing the YouTube video right there. Do you think quantum computing will hurt or help retail traders like us? I think that's the next leap that we're kind of looking at in technology. Obviously, it seems very strange. The whole thing, like, it's a very... Seems like a total alien technology, but it's a very interesting thing to have a processor that could be both in the state of 1 and 0 simultaneously, which is just very strange. If you understand basic computing, it's just a very strange thing to even think about. It's hard to wrap your head around it, right? Ribs, how did you end yesterday on WPT? Somebody posted it in MC. I think it was like 30K or something. Let me see. It was not 72. That's where I was at my peak, like 80 at my peak. 34,700. There you go. Thank you, Calvin. Yeah, thank you to anybody who posted anything regarding the poker stream. And if you missed it, there's the replay is going to be on WPT's channel. I mean, it's up right now. You can go back and watch it. They should have some cool highlight clips as well, some shorts. But yeah, if you missed last night, you can join tonight's. It's going to be the same time. I think it starts airing at 6 p.m. Eastern time. There you go. Let's see here. Good morning, Ribs. I never watched poker before. When Dakota mentioned that he was watching you in his NKD trade, I went and found the live, and I loved it. It was fun. Thank you for watching there, Connor. Appreciate you. Quick question about last night poker game. Why, when someone would be all in, you play 2 hands? It controls the variance. So you have the same EV on each board, so it just controls the variance and it keeps less swings in your bankroll. So, I mean, that's the reason why you run more than one board. You can, if one person says, I want to run one board, you only run it once. A lot of people out there only do run it once because they want to have max pain for the table. It definitely creates a lot more tilted situations. It is unfortunate that in both situations, had I ran it once, I would be I'd probably be up, I don't know, 300 or 400K from last night. When the camera zoomed out, all I could see was your shoes. They're awesome. The commentator said something about them too. Yeah, I was wearing the Grateful Dead green Nike SBs. I never watched poker matches like this outside of Rounders, but that was dope to see live. Thank you, Samu. Can I add VRVP to Top Step Extras? Yes. So check this out. If you go into Top Step, it's called VPVR. VPVR is the name. And then if you want to copy my style, that's the style right there. But yeah, that's what I use there. Max Payne was a great game back in the day. Yes. Yeah, definitely. Rips, what was Justin's strategy when he went all in holding a 6 and a 5 before the flop? Justin Young? Oh, that's called the I've had 5 beers and 3 gin and tonic strategy. Yeah. Good old Justin. WPT channel on YouTube here. I'll drop the link right here to the actual, let's see here, the stream itself. Oh, cool. They have a chat replay up. Awesome. I really can't wait to go back and watch this. I just don't think I'm going to have any time. There you go. There's the stream if you missed it. Yeah, I play again tonight and tomorrow. So 6 p.m. Eastern time, 3 p.m. Pacific time. Love when you said you have 3 or 4 and had pocket 4s. I did notice you don't talk much at the table. I mean, it depends on the people that you have and how serious the game is. It's very difficult to have a talkative table when 2 of the people I guess 2 people, their native tongue is not English. So it definitely creates a different dynamic at the table, especially like JY was taking an extended break. Berkey was just running over the table at one point. And it's like, you don't want to be there sitting and chirping in people's faces. It depends on the dynamic. It's all very dynamic based on who's at the table, what the tone of the game is. If it's a very serious game, that wasn't it was definitely a serious game, but it wasn't like crazy serious. It's not like we're playing like 3,000, 6,000 no limit, which it's like everybody's buying in for $1 million. Like it's still high stakes, but it's not like crazy serious. So I think tonight's game will have a lot more table talk, but I was exhausted too. I don't know if you could tell, but I was extremely exhausted. Like after the long break, I was extremely exhausted because you have to remember, I'm usually going to bed around 8 o'clock my time, which means like I'm lights out 8 o'clock. So the stream went until 9. I'm winding down for bed at like 6:30, so. Are Peter and Brittany related? No, they're not related, but I'm curious about everybody's take. Did anybody else notice anything interesting about the dynamic on? That aces versus tens hand was a little interesting, I should say. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Your eyes were red at the end. Yeah. I mean, I even put like Visine in my eyes, but I swear, like my right eye was like so dry and I was so exhausted. Very, very exhausted. It was insane. Long day for me. Because remember, I'm up at, thankfully I didn't wake up at 2 this morning, but I was up at 2 yesterday. I was up at 2. I didn't get the memo out yesterday. And then I'm streaming and then I'm preparing for the stream. So just very tired. Very, very tired. Rips, I noticed a small blind and big blind stayed the same during the play. Does it change during tourneys? Oh, yeah. We weren't playing a tournament, though. We were playing a cash game, So the blinds, we start out with 100, 200, 200. And then basically after the break, we basically made it 100, 200, 400, which basically makes the game 2-4. And then like we were doing 100, 200, 400, 816 straddle. So the game was playing like a 500, 1,000 no limit game or even like, even bigger, 750, 1,500. Is Peter really a billionaire? He plays poker. He definitely has money. He brought $1 million to the table, and then I don't know. I think he dusted off just over $250,000. So Yeah, it was very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Where can we watch this? If you want to watch it, there's the link. Berkey cracking aces twice was disgusting. Okay, yeah. Did anybody else see how ridiculous that hand was? He literally hits a 10 on both boards. And the funny thing is, like, everybody at the table knew it was going to happen too. Like, sometimes Berkey just runs like a god. I'm telling you, there was a time in Bobby's room, there was like one day, and he got me for like, I think it was like 200,000 or 300,000. But it's like he had, like, I had a boat and he had a bigger boat. Like, I had ace 5 and the flop was ace 5-5. I swear. Like, this is the most ridiculous hand. I have ace 5, the flop is ace 5-5. For most people, like, you're just like sitting there and thinking about how much money you're going to extract from your opponent. If you're playing against Berkey, he, of course, shows up to that flop with pocket aces. Which is sick. And then later that day, I have pocket 4s and I flop a 4, and the flop is 4-10x, and I jam it all in because I was just like it's against Berkey and I'm frustrated. Flop is 4-10x. I jam 4s, and, you know, a set of 4s, you think you're good. He calls and I put him on like ace 10, king 10, like, because Berkey shows up to that pot or that flop with that hand. He turns over pocket 10s and turns 10. It's like sick. You get quads there. It's awesome. Sometimes you just run like Berkey. Good times though. Notice at the start you were folding ace 9 pre-flop, then it started playing mid-end game. Do you have set hands you select to play? It depends. Again, it's very dynamic based on your position and if people are on tilt, if people are exhausted. There's so many dynamics in poker, which makes it such a beautiful game. It's a lot like trading. By the way, we are coming down here. I want to see if we break down below this section of liquidity here. This is, you can see right here, this is the volume shelf that's kind of sticking out right here. So if we were to break back below that, that would be extremely interesting to see, because we are up on these highs here. When are you going to go to Berkey's podcast? Would be awesome. Yeah, I'll probably do that. I know Berkey very well. We play together all the time. And he's a great person. I have nothing bad to say about Berkey. I think he's a great person. I think he's a really, really awesome dude. I mean, a monkey could have like, stop. I mean, it's very easy when all of the cards are face up. It's a lot more difficult when the cards are face down. He's very good. Berkey's a very good player. Let's see. Bro, you extract the most money from your hands. You're a pro and crushed epic folds. Thanks, Tradesme. Let's see here. I wanted to play so bad after watching. I haven't played a live tourney in a while. Yeah, I mean, I think poker is back bigger than ever. Like, poker was in a lull for a little bit. We are coming down. We are going to break this. Wow. I didn't think this would be a short here. S&Ps are rolling over. There's no news that's causing this right now. We are coming to the bottom of the hour in about 5 minutes, so I will be curious to see what happens here at the bottom of the hour. If we find some liquidity down here, it might be worth taking a long. Position plays a big part for hands. Yeah, exactly. It's all about position, the dynamic of the table. There's a lot of different factors. It's inspiring how selective you are with your hands, very similar to your trading. Yeah, it's like trade selection and hand selection are very similar. Right? Very, very similar. Google almost traded 184 there. It's coming back down there. What do you anchor your volume profile to? I mean, I don't think there is an anchor for it. I don't think there is one at all. Yeah, I don't really have any. I didn't know that you could anchor it to anything. It's a visible range, so if I zoom out, it's going to change what's displayed. That's why I like it. It's dynamic. So I can see like whatever's in my viewport is what's going to show me what's in the volume profile there, right? Is your live account working? Yes, it actually is. I got on the phone with Brett before I left for the win yesterday. I got on the phone with Brett, and it was server side. It was a checkbox that they needed to tick on their side. I have my practice account open right now because I'm exhausted. I might skip the day of trading in my live account. We banged out a great trade. Well, that was yesterday, right? We made $2,000 while working out in our live account on our phone. And then, that was after that, I contacted Brett and we were able to fix my account. So yes, my live account is all fixed now. So I'll be able to trade that on stream. I'm just not going to do it today because I'm exhausted. So I might do it on Top Step TV because I will be on Top Step TV today. But I just, like, it's real money and I just don't want to, even though it's like I just want to be smart with that account. I want to do well with it. I only want to generate profits in that account. So my whole focus is to trade it very, very well. So that's what I'm going to do. He's talking about the thick yellow line. Oh, you're talking about my VWAP? This thing right here? Session VWAP, HLC3. Yeah, I always use the session. There you go. Announcers gave you props several times on your discipline. That's great. Yeah, hopefully. I mean, it's also like, Luna asked the question about whether or not I was nervous. It's not that you're nervous about being on the stream, or at least for me, it was more so like I wanted to make sure that I performed well. And there's a lot of spots where I was betting with positive EV and then I got turned or rivered and I had to exit the hand. And there's just some, like, you have to understand, like, in poker, there's certain hand situations where you're just in a no-win situation. Doesn't matter, like, there's no bet sizing you can pick to get your opponent off the better hand. And you need to recognize that. And it's the same thing with trading, right? There's no amount of contracts that you can continue to add into your position in dollar cost average that will bail you out of that position. There's just a certain time in poker, as it is with trading, where you literally just have to pull the ripcord. And that's a very interesting thing to notice, the similarities between poker and trading, where you literally have to find spots where you have to sit there and say, this is not a working trade. I put on a trade. I had a trade idea. This trade isn't going to work. And that's okay. That's part of it. And I think that's one of the beautiful things to recognize about, if you're watching the poker that I played last night, there were certain situations where no matter my action, no matter my bet sizing, there's nothing that I can do to win that hand anymore, because I'm beat not only on the cards themselves, but my opponent has a hand that they're so confident in that there's no bet sizing that I can do to bluff them off that hand. And that's the same thing with trading. The same exact thing with trading. There's going to be times when you're in a trade and literally you have to sit there and say, you know what? Nothing I can do to win this trade. I got to cut it loose and I got to focus on the next opportunity. And I think that's one of the things that people always ask me. They're saying, is there anything like with trading that crosses over into poker? That's one of the biggest ones. It's like recognizing that you're not going to win every hand. There's like, you could have a time machine. And at the end of the day, like, if you're dealt a certain hand, your opponent's dealt a certain hand, you just have to cut it loose and you have to accept the loss. If you're involved in hand, and you're going to do that often. The same thing with trading. You're going to be involved in so many different trades in your trading career, thousands and thousands of trades. You just need to learn to just let it go. Let it go and move on. Let it go and move on. You must have been going nuts on the inside when you flop trip J's. I mean, that's the only thing I'm calling for. Like, I have to put her on a strong hand there. Non-farm productivity, 2.2% versus 2.2% estimate. Again, not a big ticket news item here, but barely moved the market. This is the link to the live stream if you wanted to go back and watch it. And it also has the live chat replay as well. That was the first time I've seen that icy look in your eyes. Are you a boxer also? I used to box. For years. I don't box anymore, but yeah, I enjoy boxing. We need a poker prop firm. I want a poker combine. Well, stay tuned. Next year, you may get your wish there, Trader Page. 2025 is going to be an exciting year across the board. Same group tonight? No, we have a different group tonight. Peter and Brittany are out. So we have a different group. I don't know if Shawana is playing. I would assume that Shawana is playing. She's a great player, incredibly awesome player, great person. So looking forward to another battle tonight. Same time, yeah, 3 p.m. 3 p.m. Plenty of time for me to get a nice nap. Rips, did you have an unusually large number of hands you did not play? I noticed you were looking for specific cards to play. It was great to watch. Again, it depends on position sizing, or I'm sorry, position in the where you are in regards to the dealer button, who you're up against, what the dynamic of the table is in that current moment. There's so many different dynamics that go into it. It's not like I'm just locked in and I'm only going to play this hand. Instead, it's like based on my position, there's a range of hands that I'm looking at. I might open, I might just call, I might try to sneak in there, I might be overly aggressive. There's a lot of different dynamics in it. So Didn't Berkey suspect that some player that you guys don't know very well at your regular game had a camera or something? Thought I read something about that. There was a cheater 2 years ago, or a cheating ring that had advanced technology that they like fled the country and everything. It was a whole thing. There's articles about it. Yeah. Schwann had a nice comeback. She's, again, killer player. She's a very, very strong player. And I mean, I'm happy that Jack's hand worked out against her. It was, I mean, flopping Jin like that is insane. I guess we don't trade on this site, but talk about poker. I don't know, Tin Can. What should we do just for you, Tin Can? Specifically just for you. Look at your chat history. What is the reset code? Can I get a reset code? Can you talk more about trading? I guess he's just talking this morning and not trading. Are you trading today? Anyway, why don't you talk about trading? I guess we don't trade on this site, but talk about poker. You sound lovely. I want more of you. More ribs. I really enjoyed watching you play yesterday. Incredible folds. Thanks, Billy. I just love people like that. It's too funny. Ribs, is it true if you tip the dealer enough, you get double aces? Yes, it is absolutely true. It's the only way you can get them. Dude. Is poker considered as gambling? It's more of a game of skill in my eyes than gambling. I'm sure if you ask certain people, they're going to tell you that it's gambling. But I mean, I think it's a game of skill. It's the same thing as is trading gambling, right? Do you think if trading is gambling, then you're going to probably think poker is gambling, you know? How often do you train legs, Rips? Once a week, usually on Wednesdays. Hey, Rips, what's the most you won in a poker tournament or cash game? I've won way more in cash games. In the last 6-7 months, my biggest score was I think it was just under 450K in one session. I think, my mind isn't working right now. I'm pretty sure 450K was my biggest single day in the last 8 months. So. We finished yesterday. We made like 34, something like that. 34K. Driving is also gambling with your life. There you go. Markets can be so stressful sometimes. It's cool just to get together as a community and talk about poker. I agree. Also, I don't really see any trades yet since we kind of topped out at the volume shelf. We might go down to the lower end of this volume shelf now, but I just don't see any trades here that I want to take, especially since we're going back into this zone right here. Let me go to the 3-minute chart. Yeah, we're coming down to the lower end of the zone here. Can I get those blue volume bars on the side of Top Step? Yes. It is called visible or volume profile visible range. It will change the volume profile, whatever is in your viewport. So pause the video. You can have all the settings right there. There you go. Plus 216 my XFA. Daddy likey. Nice. Good work there, PTSD. Lido. Poker's a combination of skill with luck. It's more like game mimicking life than chess, for example. Yeah, there's a lot of different things that go into it, but it's the most similar to trading out of anything out there, in my opinion. Very, very similar. If you go all in all the time, like my little boy, it's gambling. Yeah, exactly. If you're just shoving all in, of course you're gambling. I mean, it's like literally like if you right now flipped a coin and you just went all in 15 contracts, long or short, depending on what the coin flip was, there's a chance that you would win that trade. There's also a chance you'd lose that trade. If you're just doing that over and over, there's zero strategy to it. And obviously it's going to even out and you're probably going to end up as a loser because you're just randomly selecting trades. Alexander says, made 1,500 trading Dow last night while watching you play. A fun night. Give it up for Alexander. Nice. What do I think of longs in the 500 to 490 area? Well, I mean, the fact that we are kind of rolling here, Google is pulling back. The Google VWAP is at 181.5, so we're trading just above 182 right now. So it'd be interesting to see. I'm much more from the camp where I want to be patient. In an ideal world, we just send it all the way back down here, right? In an ideal world. And I'm not going to risk real money on the trades this morning. We didn't even make it as high as this topping area here. And we're going back into this thicker volume shelf. So I'd like to see this thing settle. I'd love to see, like, if we got this popping up weekly to like 515 or so, I think it'd be good for a short if we had it right there. You crank up Poker Face, Lady Gaga, just get in the zone. I use other songs. That is not my artist of choice to get pumped up for poker. How do you focus on those distractions? You folks are funny. NQ looks like it's creating a head and shoulders. It very well could be. I would like to see this pop up and show us some more shoulders here before it goes back down all the way. Ahmad says, just past 3 combines. There you go. Hey. Fat Citizen says, love the green sneakers. Thanks, buddy. Hayden says, Rips, in your trading setup, saw the monitor on the left. Is that where you keep the Mag 7 up at all times? It is, correct. That is exactly where I keep it. Are you looking for these to hold levels VWAP for added conviction on NQ longs? Yes. And also we're using the morning memo levels in those as well. So Rips, you're handsome and all, but Brittany stole the show. Glad everybody had something to watch. All right. I'll be right back with you, folks. Do not go anywhere. Make sure you're dropping a lucky like on the video, and I'll be right back with you. And we are back. Dang it, I missed that pop towards 515. I wanted to try to short that. But let's see. Let's see if we have anything kind of booling up here at these 500s or not. Let's see. Send the link to the game. Yeah. Also, if you just go on YouTube, you search WPT Cash Game, it should pop up. But there you go. Mark says, I think you should bring some Ghost tonight, Rips. Yeah, I think so. At the Wynn properties, they only have sugar-free Red Bull. I was having cappuccinos, which are great. I fasted all day yesterday, too. Which, by the way, like, it seems counterintuitive, but when you're fasting like that, you get so much more energy. Your body just, like, kicks into high gear. Rips, what is the time of the stream? 3 p.m. 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central. Mike says, had fun watching the poker event last night. My wife asked me, is Market Clubhouse a poker thing you belong to? She thinks I sit at work and talk poker all day, apparently. Joke's on her. I sit at work and talk trading all day. That's hilarious. How much caffeine do you think you consume on a daily basis? I've actually cut down quite a bit. I used to have like 5 Celsius in a day, sometimes even more. But now I've cut down. I mean, I'm probably around... I'm shy of 1,000 milligrams of caffeine a day, which is a lot. But I would say realistically, I'm probably close to like 400 to 700 milligrams per day, somewhere in that range, which again is like I used to drink a heavy amount. I've cut down a lot. Yeah, so I haven't eaten in over 24 hours now. So I fasted all day yesterday. Good morning. Yesterday, the guys were teasing you in the poker competition chat that you were a trader, poker player, actor, and Greek. That was funny. MDR says, I had a combine trade yesterday during outage. Entire page went blank. Had no idea which way my trade was going. Then rule broke. Screen popped up. Woke up this morning and CS reset it. There you go. That's what I like to hear. Top Steps customer support is completely amazing. That's awesome. Chris says the amount of support you got last night was amazing. Just shows how much positive impact you have on so many people's lives. Great ambassador for the trading community. Thank you, Chris. It's very nice. I was in the 1 gram plus a day caffeine gang too. It's a bad habit. Yeah, I mean, I love caffeine. I've gone without it though. I've done caffeine fast before where I go with 0 caffeine for weeks. I've never had any kind of withdrawals from caffeine. Like people talk about like, oh, if you quit caffeine, you're gonna be so tired and everything. But I think like it counterbalances because I'm usually fast. I've been fasting for, it's probably got to be 9 years now straight. Like I've never stopped fasting. I'm not on a 9-year fast, but I'm saying like I've done intermittent fasting for 9 years. So it's got to be 9 years now. It's the end of 2024. So yeah, it's got to be 9 years. But you know, it's definitely a life hack that a lot of people don't. Until you've done it, you don't realize how good it is for you. It's amazing. I mean, like Gandhi. Yeah, I'm on a 9-year fast right now. I haven't eaten anything, just fueled by Ghost and Celsius right now. Cool to see Top Steps AI creation loaned out to WPT. Yeah, they had to pay a hefty licensing fee for that. Rose, why did you switch from long to short bias on NQ? Basically because we're holding at these 500s, but we'll see. I mean, it's just washing down here, which means like my analysis is correct because we have confusion down here towards these 500s. So I think it's just best that we're waiting. I don't know if I'm even going to trade my live account today. My live account is working 100% now on, it's working across the board. So it's working on Top Step X is what I mean to say. One day without coffee and I get headaches. Really? Yeah, I've done complete caffeine fast before and I have no issues. I don't get any headaches. I drink a lot of water. Never had any issue with it. Even the commentator said apparently he's a trader. Rumor has it that he's pretty good at it. Definitely a rumor. I would not say pretty good at it. If you get proper sleep, you shouldn't be crashing with caffeine or lack of caffeine. Yeah, I think that's true. I had pretty bad recovery last night on my Whoop stats. Let me see. 55% recovery, 58% sleep performance. How much sleep did I get? 5 hours of sleep, 2 hours and 49 minutes of restorative sleep. So definitely very, very low. Was not the best sleep, but I'm definitely going to catch a nap before the next poker stream today. Is your first meal post-workout, or do you wait even longer? It depends. It all depends. Sometimes I wait even longer. Have you heard of creatine as a brain hack? I take 5 grams of creatine every single day. Yes, I am playing again today. Dakota was alone in slow markets because we're all watching poker. Hopefully everyone's watching both. Cuban coffee. I like Cuban coffee. I like Vietnamese coffee. It's very rich, delicious. Let's see here. If we get it up to 500 likes, we will do a poll in here. Right now we're at 348. So let's get up to 500 likes. If we get up to, before I have to go on Top Step TV, if we get up to 1,000 likes, I'll do a giveaway. How about that? We have 1,600 people in here watching. We should be able to do it. Recently saw these Whoop bands. They are very popular in Europe, I guess. What can they do compared to an Apple Watch, for example? They're just, they track HRV, which is one of the stats that the Apple Watch can't do. And that's your heart rate variability. And it's a really good metric to be tracking. It takes like a week for the Whoop to recognize your own body, but it's really good. Like the recovery score is what I pay attention to the most with the Whoop. And it just helps me monitor when I should be going to bed, when I should be resting more. Because, I mean, look, we're just souls in this meat machine, this organic meat machine, right? You need to take good care of your meat machine because you only get one of them. And it's like, you know, if you're a person who loves cars, you wrench on your car, like let's say you have a classic car, you're not going to beat that thing to heck. You know, you're going to take care of that thing. You need to take care of your meat machine. And this is a great way to like track all of your stats with your meat machine, right? And so it's just a great way to monitor things. And it's helped me tremendously on when I should be going to bed, when I should be waking up, when I need more sleep, when I need to be taking it easy on my body, when I need more recovery. If I worked out really, really hard that day, maybe I'm taking the next day off, you know? Apple Watch does track HRV. Yeah, the Whoop is just more accurate, correct? Yeah, it is much more accurate. What's your longest fast? I mean, I've gone like 3 or 4 days, but I mean, there's probably a good reason why. I don't make a habit of that. Usually I'm just doing an 18-hour or 20-hour fast every single day. Hey, I saw on TV last night, who knew you were him? Yeah. I've been playing poker for 25 years. I've been playing poker for a very, very long time. Longer than I've been trading. I've been trading for 10 or 11 years. I've been playing poker for much longer. Maybe I get myself one for Christmas. I treat my meat machine good, except for the fact that I love cigars. Yeah, I used to smoke cigars too. One of my very close friends, and he was my money manager, he ended up passing away from the cancer of the mouth. And we used to smoke cigars all the time out by my pool when he'd come over for meetings. And it was really, really heartbreaking for me to lose a friend like that. And so I stopped smoking cigars after that happened. It was really, really sad. I still have like a humidor with a whole selection of them, but I have no interest in touching them. I also do 20-hour fast every day, but that's because stop it. Stop it. By the way, have you traded options? Yes, of course. I used to trade options in the Clubhouse. We talked about this yesterday on stream, but it's too difficult for people to manage their bankrolls with options. Too many people have big windfall trades and then take those windfalls and just blow them in along with their accounts. So I do not promote options trading anymore because it's just so dangerous for people. There's a whole level of risk management and bankroll management that you need for that. So caffeine disrupts deep sleep. Try Swiss water processed decaf instead. It still has some caffeine in it, just not so much. I'll check that out. Scott Martin says your fasting clears out the caffeine adenosine receptor quicker than normal is why no caffeine withdrawal more than likely. Interesting. Very cool. Very, very cool. Oral cancer is not a joke. I work on that area. Yeah, it was a gut punch for me when I found that out. I mean, it was heartbreaking. It's sad, very sad. And yeah, that was it for me. I was like, okay, I'm never smoking another cigar. That's horrible. What hours do you usually fast? It depends. I mean, if I'm eating like 2 meals in a day, I'll usually break my fast at like noon and then final meal at like 2. If I'm doing 3 meals in a day, 4 meals in a day, I'll break my fast at like 11 and I'll have my last meal at like 4. It just depends, right? You can do a 19.5, 18.6, 24, 21.3, 22.2. There's a lot of different ways that you can approach it. Just find what works for you. But make sure that whatever you're consuming, as far as liquids go, have no carbs in it. If you're done fasting, you don't want to have anything that has any carbs in it or even artificial sweeteners in it because it can spike your blood sugar, you know? Rips, do you think the markets will be similar to yesterday, just kind of a lot of chopping around, not a whole lot of movement until tomorrow when we get the news? I think so. I think we will have more chop today, but we'll see. Fasted but didn't feel the benefits, to be honest. How long did you fast for? Because a lot of people don't see the benefits until you've been doing it for at least 3 weeks. Your body has to take time to adjust to that new schedule. And also, you have to make sure that you're actually really are fasting. Like I said, there's certain things that you just, like once you close your eating window, you literally can't consume anything that's going to spike your blood sugar, has carbs in it. There's a lot of different things that people kind of mess up with that. Like people are like, oh, you know, I stopped fasting at 2 p.m., but then I had a beer before I went to bed at 5 p.m. And it's like, well, that's not fasting. You broke your fast at 5 p.m. You had a beer. Got to clear out the stored glycogen first until fasting and all that starts taking benefit. Yeah, that's why I say like 3 weeks you want to wait to get benefits from fasting. We did pop up above those 500s again, and now we are testing on breaking them. This is the prior 4-hour high. We are coming down here. It's great if you can make it. Took a month for it to kick in. Yeah, it takes about a month. That's what I say, 3 weeks. Don says a whole month on vacation with no internet in the middle of nowhere. Really missed your streams. That sounds lovely though. Being in the middle of nowhere sounds lovely. I love camping. I love being in outdoors. I miss that. I haven't taken an outdoorsy break in a long time. Twin Trading says, after listening to everyone in here talk about fasting and working out, I got back into both. And over the last 3 months, I've dropped 20 pounds. Yo. Dropped my average walking heart rate from 114 to 88. My resting heart rate from 80 to 58. There you go. Big changes. So I'm saying you get one meat suit for the rest of your life. If you take really good care of it, you're going to be around here for much longer, for the most part. And you feel like people who have not experienced tremendous health benefits before, like you have no idea what you're missing out on. You are so much more energized. You feel younger. You feel less depressed. You feel happier. There's so many benefits that come from taking care of your body. And, you know, when I was growing up, we always had that saying, you are what you eat. There is so much about that. Like, if you're taking care of what you are as a person, like everything that you're consuming dictates how you feel, how your body reacts. So you got to be really cognizant of what you're putting into your body. I met someone on the plane next to my seat a few hours ago, and we both follow you, Rips. We both love you. That's awesome. That's great. Your mileage may vary. Exactly right. Prashant says, intermittent fasting is really good. Body doesn't need the amount of food we provide it, and in 3 to 4 weeks, body gets used to it. My first week was hard with headache and stomach aches, but after that, it was good. Yeah, if you could become a tummy ache survivor, you can usually make it through. And I'm just messing around when I say that, but it's true. Get a lot of hunger pains and everything, get a little bit hangry. But after you start doing it, you realize like the benefits from it, how much. I remember the very first time I started fasting, it took me about, I want to say like 2.5 weeks to kick in. And I just remember the very first morning when I truly felt the benefits of fasting, intermittent fasting. I literally like did a Bruce Lee jump kick out of bed. Like I blasted out of bed. It was insane because I had so much energy. I'd never woken up with that much energy before. I was like, holy crap. Like I'm ready to go. Like it was so sick. It was insane. It was amazing. You fast every day. I do fast every day except for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So, I cheat on those days in the sense that my wife and I go out to dinner. So my body's used to that though. My body is conditioned to have those cheat days. But like when I'm cheating, I'm still eating very good food. Like we stick to basically steak and a lot of butter on the weekends. Intermittent fasting. So I do, I'm right now during the holidays, we eat a lot when we go out. I'm usually around 2 meals a day. So I'm breaking fast around 12 and then last meal's around 2. We have a chef. Does your wife kick you out of bed? Oh my goodness. Do you feel decreased strength in the gym on a fast? No, quite the opposite. You feel much more energized. Once you get through it, your body has to condition itself and get through it. How do you frame your mindset when you really want to eat? Discipline? Yeah, it's just a thing. Like, I mean, you get over it. Time passes, you get over it, and you just get through it. It's the same thing like if you need to quit drinking, quit smoking, quit whatever it is that a vice of yours is, if you just need to quit it, it's something you're voluntarily doing. You just have to not do that voluntary action. So if you're like trying to quit alcohol, just stop drinking, stop buying alcohol, stop putting yourself in a situation when you're going to be tempted by those things. Same thing goes with fasting. If you're going to be very, very hungry, well, don't put yourself around food. Don't have snacks around the house. Don't do those things. And problem kind of works itself out. How much does a chef cost? It's actually not that expensive, like $1,500 a week. I mean, people think it's very, very expensive, but you pay for the cost of food plus their time. About $1,500 a week for two people. Need to quit smoking pot. I've cut down over the last few years, but need to completely stop. Getting too old. Yeah, just stop buying it. Stop having it around you. Stop hanging around people who are going to tempt you to do that. Simple as that. Ribs, I've seen the mac and cheese on the table. There you go. Yes, you have. A little truffle mac, maybe truffle lobster mac. Star says, I'm interval fasting every day, only eating at night. The only thing where I break if I'm so effing hungry, so I eat bread with butter. Yeah, I mean, if you can stop doing that. Also, don't eat close to bedtime. If you want the real hack, your last meal should be 6 to 8 hours before you go to bed. So if you can plan that out, plus intermittent fasting, you're gonna be locked in. 6 to 8 hours before you go to bed. So if you go to bed at 8, your last meal should be at noon or 2, right? 6 to 8 hours. That's the real hack right there. One Rivers was really fun hanging out with the cool kids last night. Thank you. That was fun. Does the breath issue work itself out? Oh, when you taste the fasting. I mean, yeah, you get used to it. I mean, it's no big deal. You get ketosis breath, you know? The hunger pains would keep me awake. They go away. I'm telling you, 2-3 weeks of it, they go away. You just, you have to be a tummy ache survivor. I'm telling you, that's it. Learn this week. Don't snack between meals. Eat a meal, 0 carb minimum 2 hours before having the next meal. Yeah, exactly right. All right, let's run a poll in here. We got 530 likes. Like I said, if we get to 1,000 likes, we'll do a giveaway. I'm going to be on Top Step TV in about 15 minutes, so we do have a limited amount of time, but let's do a poll here. Will the NQ end the day above or below 21,500? Oh, that didn't work. There we go. Above, below. All right, here we go. Go ahead and vote the poll. Your votes are anonymous, so vote with honesty, please. Ribs, don't you look at all triple Qs, SPY, for example? There's a gap down in triple Qs, which explains why the NQ is going down. Not necessarily. You will see gaps being filled, but I think it's just there's people taking profit in there's day traders that are taking profit in the push in Google. There's certainly some correction there. We're seeing Microsoft coming down. So I don't think it's necessarily due to the gap being filled, but there's profit taking, right? There's profit taking. So yeah, I do look at that. I have the triple Qs, I have the SPY, the S&Ps, I have all of that up, the Mag 7 as well. So yes. What do I think about NVIDIA? I think that we're coming out of that valley of despair, and there's a good chance that as long as we're holding above 137 halves today, I think that we'll continue to hold these levels and probably push into the weekend going on the way up. Do we buy the dip? I'm unsure on NQ right now. I think it's very thin, and we don't have a lot of news that's going to be moving the market today, so it makes for a very difficult trade. It's very likely I will not trade my live account today. What is the deal with Top Step getting your live account? I've had it. It was just broken until yesterday. Brett at the risk management team, we jumped on the phone. This is a great thing about having a live account. I literally have the phone number directly to Top Step's risk desk. I called them. Brett answered the phone right away. Like, hey man, it's Rips, and he's a poker player too. This is really cool. We were talking about some poker stuff because he called me on Friday when I was in a poker tournament, and I literally got screamed at by the dealer to get off my phone, so I practically had to hang up on the guy, and I felt really bad. Called him yesterday, and I was like, hey dude, I just want to explain, I was in a poker tournament. They're screaming at me to get off the phone, even though I had my buds in. He's like, no, I understand. I'm a poker player, which is really cool. So Brett's a poker player. We talked about things, and then he found this elusive checkbox. Wow, we are really slamming right here. He found this elusive checkbox that was the reason why my account wasn't working. it's all working now. So we'll be trading our live probably later in the week. I don't have enough energy right now to really put my best foot forward in trading my live account. So I will not be trading my live account today. I pretty much made the decision. Great thing about not being live, not having those live account issues, nor having to call anyone. I mean, I would have the same issues, I think, on my XFA if it was like a network-wide issue. So I disagree with that. Because it was one phone call away to fix it and took all of 2 minutes to fix it. Ribs, what SBS did you have on last night at the poker game? Those are the Grateful Dead SBs. Those are the Grateful Dead Green Bear SBs. Super comfortable. They got the green fur on them. They look pretty awesome. They're lucky green too. I'm thinking I'm going to wear the Red Octobers today. I'm undecided though. They're pretty lucky. I've worn them twice. I've worn them twice now. So thought you can't have a live account and an XFA account. That is correct. I only have a live account. All of my XFAs are currently closed. Yeah, the Red Octobers. We'll see. We'll see. We shall see. Saw someone on Twitter ask why you took that lady's money at the poker table last night with the jacks. I mean, that's the goal. We're all at war with one another. We're not, we may be cordial and friendly to one another, but we're certainly not trying to do anything other than destroy one another. You know? All right, will we get up to 1,000 likes? Will we get up to 1,000 likes before I have to jump over to Top Step TV? Let's find out. Which news will affect the market more, CPI or PPI? What's the major difference? Well, the CPI is going to be much more important to the Fed because it's the consumers. The PPI is sort of lagging because if the PPI is going to affect the cost of goods being produced, it's going to take a while for those prices to hit consumers. Technically, they're both very important, but I think the Fed is paying more attention to the CPI. Let's try to keep our conversation mature in chat there. Internet life. Peter reloading with 500K was wild. He was on tilt like crazy. That was nuts. And he suggested book to learn poker. You know, the funny thing is that the very first poker book that I read was Super System, Doyle Brunson. And yeah. If you read that book now, it is a joke. If you want to learn poker, learn it as a hobby. Don't learn it to make money. Learn it as a hobby. The GD Yellows? Maybe. I don't know if they're as lucky as the Red Octobers. Maybe we do those. We'll see. You had the most comfortable seat at the table. Dude, those chairs, by the way, it looked like we were all very, very comfortable. They were blasting the AC at what felt like 32 degrees Fahrenheit. It was extremely cold. And then on top of that, the chairs were short and the table was tall. So my arms were like, up here and my back hurt. Like it was not comfortable, even though it looks like on the stream that we're all very, very comfortable. The table was too high. The chairs were too low. The air was too cold. So I just like, even in that jacket, I was freezing. Super System is a thick book. Read that a few times. Yeah, but if you read it now, it's like the way that they talk about playing hands is funny. But it's definitely a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Ribs, you were the only one without ADD with your chips. No, I was still shuffling my chips. I saw some comments about that. Like, why are they shuffling their chips? I mean, it's just kind of a habit. The sound is not as bad in person as you think it is. It just kind of drones into the background. Wow, we are really coming off these lows now. 491 all the way up to 511 here. Peter was one heck of a character. He's a great dude. Enjoyed playing with him. Ribs, why do stocks have huge wicks at 7 a.m. but doesn't look like anything traded at that time? There's low liquidity and there's a lot of order matching going on because market makers are processing client orders around those times. Why not put up the hoodie and the shades on? I don't need it. I'm not trying to hide anything. I think I have full muscular control of my face as seen during the bluff against Marcus. My favorite part was watching Peter on tilt, effing hilarious. Yeah, it was crazy. Dude's awesome, though. Chip clatter, I bet, is actually soothing after a while. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind it. You go into a room where there's like, if you've ever been to like the Commerce Casino in LA, or the Commerce Card Room in LA, it's like one of the largest card rooms. You want to hear chips, you walk into that room. Holy smokes. There was a tournament being played below the stage where we were yesterday. Tons of players are shuffling chips. We're all shuffling chips. It just kind of just drones into the background. Exactly like white noise. There you go. Was that a real poker floor in the background, or is that an AI filter? No, it's the WPT tournament going on behind us. We were playing the cash game. It was the tournament behind us. You play with those guys often at Bobby's? Yes. I play with Marcus. I play with Berkey. And JY plays at Justin Young. He plays at Arya at table 1. I play with him at table 1 at Arya. So those are the players that I've played with the most at the table. I've never played with Peter, never played with Brittany, never played with Schwan. So, Rips, am I tripping or do I not have eyebrows? I mean, I think I have eyebrows. They're still there. I didn't shave them off in my sleep. I love the sound of shuffling chips. Yeah, I mean, it's soothing. It's very soothing. That guy's tripping at 9 a.m. Which indicator for these lines? This is Spaceman BTC. There you go. It was hard to focus with Berkey's twins. I thought you said Berkey's. Funny guy. There we go. Did you even sleep last night? I got like 5 hours. So no brow rip. Can you tell by the way players working their chips if they're stressed or not? There's certain tells. It's dependent on player by player. It's a player by player thing. Homie took some mushrooms and can't see brows. Maybe it's a little DMT or something. Who knows? Where was the stream from last night? Want to rewatch it? Let me post the link. There you go. Yeah, back at 15 and rejecting there. Remember, if we get to 1,000 likes, we got like 5 more minutes here. Actually, no, we got less because I gotta get ready for Top Step TV. What time am I supposed to be on the broadcast there? Wait, they didn't send me the link. Where's the link? Let me message Tim. Give me a second. All right. How did you finish last night? We finished up 30 something K. You keep the stream on here in Discord while it tops the TV. Yes. See the tournament where Gambledorf, the old guy who's not played a lot, bought into 150K and crushed like 200K and won 8 mil. Yes. Legendary. Triton Poker Series. That's who we were competing against yesterday, by the way, for stream numbers, was the Triton final table of the 500K buy-in, which is an insane tournament. At 12 million for first, 12 point something million for first, which is insane. What hoodie is that from the stream? It's clean. This is a Christian Dior. What do you enjoy more, trading or poker? I love both. They're very similar. I love both. They're both mental challenges. I really enjoy both. Who caught the longs there off the lows? Who caught the longs below 500s there? Beautiful trade if you did. That's why I didn't trust the market long or short. It just seemed wildly unpredictable there. Thought you spotted Dior, yeah. This is one of my favorite brands. They're very, very well made. There's a lot of luxury brands that are not well made. Dior is not one of those. Nice in the combine. Nice. You ever meet Ric Flair? No, never met Ric Flair before, but be cool, I suppose. Did, but just jumped out. Hey, it's better than me. I haven't taken any trades today because I'm exhausted. Had a double stack VWAP at the reversal. Very, very nice. Sick. Turn down my heat in my office here. A little bit toasty. Why is it so hot in here? There we go. Took a long overnight on NQ. What was your entry there, Gary? Probably super nice. Caspar says, hey, Ribs, quick question. Finally got my 5th XFA yesterday. You recommend trading 1 by 1 or copy trading maybe 2 at a time? You have 5. I would start out with 1 and see how it feels. Everybody's got a different risk tolerance, and some people, if they start copying more than one account, it can get a little bit hairy for them and a little bit dicey. So honestly, I would say start with 1 and see how you feel. Is it that famous bull trap? I don't know. It's coming up towards the shoulder line of the prior head and shoulders. So, any thoughts on CEO killer getting caught? Yeah, I mean, I think it's very strange that if he wanted to be caught, why didn't he turn himself in? And why is he chilling at a McDonald's with a ghost gun and his manifesto? Seems something smells weird there. You know, something smells off. You ever watch like Manchurian Candidate? I'm a sucker for some of those conspiracy theories, but just seems a little off. Some mind control stuff possibly going on, you know? Some weird stuff. Something seems a little dicey there. Yeah, a little MK Ultra, exactly. I'm always a sucker for good conspiracy theories. Were those the Grateful Deads you were wearing last night? Yeah, the Green Bears. Ribs, I have 2 days on my Express account and have 2,000 in profit. What balance should I be going for a payout? Don't focus on your balance. Focus on taking good trades. The rest will fall into place. Don't even think about your past trades, your past days. Just trade good trades, and that's it. Focus on it. It should be one of those things where you're not thinking about this dollar goal that you're going for. Instead, you're just kind of trading your trades. Where is my dang invite for Top Step TV? Did I miss a homework assignment in high school that required me to write a manifest? Yeah, it seems a little bit off. I don't know. Something seems a little wonky. Top Step X is working for me. I don't have any issues. Yeah, it's quoting the right price and everything. Ivy League brainwashing, maybe. The Y-Files. Yes, that's a great channel. I love actually. That guy's great. He's very entertaining. He puts together a great show. Dude is like a producer from LA. That's why the quality is so good. Amazing how we know so much about the CEO shooter, but nothing about the Trump shooter. Interesting, right? Very interesting. Yesterday's issue caused my XFA. They should just reset the whole day. Just reach out to Top Step support. They should help you out. Hecklefish. Yeah, exactly right. The Y-Files. Good stuff. The lizard people. The lizard people. How to determine where to place your TP? It depends on market structure, usually for me. I'm looking at market structure. All right. Well, I got to get ready for Top Step TV. We did not hit our goal. Let's go ahead and end the poll here. The poll is going to be ending here. Wow, pretty split here. This is another reason why I'm not trading my live right now, or today probably. On top of why I'm super tired, but 42% say above, 32% say below, and 25% say no clue, dude. All right, everybody, if you want to tune in to Top Step TV, go ahead and jump on over to their channel. I'll drop the link for you right now. Let me go ahead and find the broadcast here so I can drop the link. We never hit the goal. I mean, we used to all the time. I don't know what happened. Everybody lost their way to click that lucky like button. It's very strange. Don't know. I mean, I keep on dropping the benchmark and we keep on missing it. I might tinker with the idea of coming on a little bit later. And so give me more time. I don't know. We'll see. I'm tinkering with the idea right now in my noggin. So yeah, it's also the holiday. It's very slow right now. All right, everybody. I'll see you over on Top Step TV. Thanks for hanging out this morning, talking poker and trading. It's a lot of fun. Take care, everybody. I'll see you over on Top Step TV. And if I don't see you there, I'll see you on the poker stream tonight. Make sure you check it out. Have a good day, everybody. Be safe out there. Don't do any crazy trading. And I'll see you in a little bit.